Well, this is something out here. Don't you worry about those dope smokers and nudists down below there?
No. They keep to themselves, pretty much.
You strike me as a bright young man. Am I wrong about that?
I think I got my head on my shoulders pretty good.
Well, that's what I mean. Well, how long you been out here?
A couple of weeks.
And before that?
No, a lot of places. Been moving around a lot.
Well, how old are you?
23.
23 years old. Son, don't you think you ought to be getting an education and a job and making something of this life?
Look, Mr. Franz, I think careers are a 20th century invention, and I don't want one. You don't need to worry about me. I have a college education. I'm not destitute. I'm living like this by choice.
In the dirt?
Yeah. In the dirt.
Where's your family?
Don't have one anymore.
That's a shame.
Hey, Mr. Franz, I want to show you something. Come on. Come on.
It's getting a little steep. A little high for me, kid.
All right, but even from halfway out, it's quite a sight, isn't it? And from the top, you can see all the way to the Salton Sea, too.
You can see the Salton Sea from up there?
Yes, sir.
My goodness.
You don't want to go up?
Nope. I don't do these kind of things. I spent most of my life in the Army. New Year's Eve, 1957, I was stationed in Okinawa. My wife and son were here in the States, just driving down the road. And some fellow who'd had too much to drink plowed right into them. Killed them both. Now, you might think the last thing I would do in the world is go to the whiskey. But at the time, it felt like the only thing I could do. And I did it hard. But pretty soon I realized I wasn't doing my wife and son any good mourning them with the bottle. So I pulled myself together and I quit drinking. Cold turkey. So, since all that, this is pretty much me.
Do you ever travel, Mr. Franz?
No, I can't seem to get too far from my leather. I do a lot of leather engraving. I got a little workshop out in the garage. Between that and my pension, I do it pretty well. But every time I think I might take a trip somewhere, I get too far behind on orders and such to consider it.
When we finish eating, I'd love to see your workshop.
Would ya?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was hoping you'd say that.
It's amazing how malleable this is.
Yeah, it is.
When the leather is wet, you can really...
It's like butter.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And then it hardens up, and I mean, it stays right there.